All right, that is Babe Parilli. And this guy's on the run going to his 13-year-old grandson's birthday. So happy birthday to him and his daughter, the mother. It's her birthday today too, so happy birthday all the way around. Nothing but best wishes, and what a magical birthday number 13 is. But this is the magical story. It's unbelievable. You got to listen to this because I've been talking the last couple of days about who a lot? Babe Parilli. So I come here tonight. Is that new? Is that new? Is that new? And they have something that is really movie magic. Tell them the story, Steve Higgins.
Well, Babe Parilli, obviously, he was one of the great quarterbacks for Beaver County. And Joe looked up to him as a child. You know, they used to have an Army-Navy store in Beaver Falls. And when Joe was a kid, this was in the early 50s when Babe was still in college. And they had Babe Parilli, like helmets and shirts and stuff in there. And Joe, in some of his early books, used to talk about looking at the window and marveling that Babe Parilli was a hero. But anyway, this is a wonderful story. Babe's nephew, John Parilli, came down and donated this football. And what this football is now, just to give you a reminder how good Babe Parilli was, he was voted by Sports Illustrated as the #1 quarterback in the decade, college quarterback in the decade of the 50s. That's when passing drop-back quarterbacks were just starting to come into the form, and Babe was one of the very first drop-back quarterbacks ever, and he was one of the best. Okay, well, he played in the 1951 All-Star game against the champions of the NFL, which was the Los Angeles Rams. Babe was the MVP of that game, Rob. Okay, there was a lot of great players on that college team that year. Okay, this ball happens to be a game ball from that game. Okay, there were numerous game balls, and this was one of them. But the unique story about this one is, it originally had every autograph of every player on the college all-star team that year, which would make it really a gem, okay? So Babe kept the ball for years and years, okay? His son John, who's about 2 or 3 years older than me, was in junior high in the early 70s. So Babe decided, you know what, it's time to give the kid something. So he gives them this ball with all the autographs on it, you know? So, you know, the story of like the Babe Ruth ball, like people have the Babe Ruth autograph ball and they go play with it. Well, John played with his autographed all-star football, played sandlot football with his friends. And not only did he play with the ball, Rob, he actually lost the ball. Sometime during a game one day, the ball turned up missing, okay? He never found the ball. The ball was gone, okay? So it was a sad thing. They kept the same house for years and years in the family. Flash forward 25 years in the future.
This is amazing.
The same John's now a grown man, and for some reason he's at this location and he's doing yard work, helping someone, a family member. I don't know why he was there, but he was doing yard work at the house and still in his family. He looks in the hedges, and guess what he finds? This football was there all those years, over 20 years. He fished the ball out, and all the autographs were gone. All the autographs were gone, okay? So at the time, Babe Parilli was still alive, obviously. And John calls Uncle Babe, and Uncle Vito, and says, hey, I found that ball, you know? And they couldn't believe it. So all the autographs were gone, okay? Well, Babe did come over and re-sign it, okay? So we do have the football. We do have Babe's autograph on it. And more importantly, Rob, we have a wonderful story to tell. When people come in here, this ball was lost for 25 years and it was refound, and it was used in the college all-star game in 51. So pretty cool story.
And I was just talking again about the story with Gene Matzik last night, how he backed Joe up in Super Bowl III. They were separated by a bridge, some pavement, and another magical story. That's why the magicalcoach.org, the Larry Bruno Museum Foundation, they're open for business certain days throughout the week. You can come and witness all of this. And coming up tonight, we're going to actually focus on Joe Namath, statistically, his career, what he did. But also, Bobby Middleman of Enlow Shoes is going to drop by because we love our Pitt Panthers. We're gonna talk about that 76 national championship team, but the cavalcade of stars that went to that university to play football in the late 70s and 80s, and some of the names will absolutely blow you away. Before you go, anything else you want people to know, and there are some new exhibits in this place, like a painting that was literally above Joe Namath's mother's couch for years. You have to see it, it's incredible. Go ahead.
Rob, I don't think people realize it yet, some of the pieces we have here. When out of town people come in, they're blown away. But we have pieces here, guys, in this museum here in Beaver Falls that any museum in the country would like to have, okay? It's worth seeing. We need people to come up and check it out. We're open Mondays and Wednesdays, and we're open on Saturdays. So come and see us.
So I gotta leave you with this. Big fan of Ben Stiller. He's got the documentary coming out about his mom and dad, Stiller and Mira. But I just thought to myself, Stevie's gotta go to his grandson's birthday, so I got about an hour to hang in here by myself, locked in the museum. So maybe like night at the museum with Ben Stiller.
What am I gonna find when I come back in here tomorrow?
Can you imagine? Reed Eubank shows up, Larry Bruno shows up, Babe shows up, Don Maynard.
You'll be sitting on the floor going through scrapbooks and, you know.
Oh, you understand what a joy. This is like waking up Christmas morning getting your first football.
Well, people were a little surprised when they come in. They don't expect it to be like it is.
I'm telling you, I don't care where you're watching this. I reached out to my friend Nick Mancini in Elwood. I don't care if you're in another state. It's worth getting a hotel room. You cannot believe what they have here in the heart of Beaver Falls. Tell them again operating hours, and I'm going to let you go.
11 to 4 Monday and Wednesday, and 10 to 2 on Saturdays.
Played at Kentucky for Bear Bryant. Joe played for Bear at Alabama. That's the ball. College All-Star game. Best quarterback of the 50s, Babe Parilli, the pride of Rochester. As we continue tonight into the evening from the Larry Bruno Museum, themagicalcoach.org. An amazing story, an amazing place.